So, you may recall we finished step 32, and you may recall that I said that I was going to go back and revise how I attach the speed controller. Now, slight bit of modification here that I have performed to aid the speed controller. So I'm putting the speed controller where the manual says, underneath here, this mount plate that was on the top. Now, the only thing that I have done to facilitate the wiring is that I have placed I've now put another slot here. This is a slot that I've put in that's in line with this slot in terms of its positioning. Just being careful of this screw here. The only difference is I've made this 5.5 millimeters wide to facilitate getting the bullet connectors through. Okay, so you can see now that my little 1060 can now fit in with these wires coming up through that plate in a nice orderly fashion. The other signal wire that we use to connect to our receiver is coming through the hole that was made in by the manufacturer. And the switch, I've taken the switch off the little link, and I'm going to place the switch on the opposite side, and I'm going to double side that to there, so that it's kind of in, but enough for me to reach in and reach out to activate it. So you kind of see there, I've slightly modified the chassis. So now we're going to pop this in place. I'm now confident that I can double side this now onto the back of the chassis. The battery wire is going to go across here, so my battery should come through here, and then I should be able to connect onto my Amos connector here for my Dean's connector. And then what should happen is the rest of these wires, I've routed this very carefully, like it says, so it doesn't get snagged by the battery. So it goes up and into here, and then technically this will go all underneath this driver cover. So this will then go through there, and on the battery cover you'll see here there's a little notch here, look. So I'm going to take that little notch out. That'll allow me for the wiring, so that will go through there. So technically speaking, all these receiver wires and my receiver can now go underneath here, and this aerial cable can go up and through there, and that will all be nicely underneath, and that'll be protected. So the only thing I've got to do is just carefully route this, probably somewhere along the lines of like that, so I've got enough room to hook this underneath. So I've just got to work that out, and then we should be good to go. And then once you've painted this, you won't see it. It'll all be underneath. The only thing I'm going to do is, as I need my receiver wire, I need that coming around here. So what I might do is I might get a little bit of hot glue and just put a little bit of hot glue on the side here and glue that to the side like that, and glue that to the side like that, so that when that sits in there nicely, it then goes off down through this hole, and it will go down through that hole that's nicely underneath the canopy, and then up through here like that, up through the aerial tube. So that's how I'm going to be routing mine. So just thought I'll give you a little update why I waited until step 32, got the motor wires in, because the motor wires can now attach on this quite nice, and they're not stressed as well. So you can see now why I waited. So call it, I suppose, step 32A. Anyway, there you go. That's what I've done.